What's up, everyone? Zach here. I was just doing some stringing this morning, getting ready to go for my day, and I thought I'd give you a pattern for the Under Armour Charge 2U. This one is a box pocket pattern, and the reason why I say that is because it's definitely meant for box. I use the Under Armour Charge 2 for my box stick. I use the box version, so it's slightly different than this one, but this was my backup just in case those two go, and I'm going to be unstringing this today, so I thought I'd show you the pattern in the Under Armour Charge 2U, which is probably what more people had than the box version, since the box version you really can't buy in stores. It's mostly online and probably in Canadian stores, but it's kind of infrequent here in the US. Anyway, so Under Armour Charge 2U, I'll do a full review on this later, but it's a great head for both field and box. Again, I use mine for box, but it's pretty stiff. Great face shape, definitely an underrated head, and you can get it for pretty cheap. Anyway, so this is again a box pocket. So for the field players, you definitely, if you're going to use this for field or whatever, you do have to modify it quite a bit because the channel is a little bit different for my field sticks to box sticks, and it uses so many diamonds that it's a very, very deep pocket. Anyway, so the pattern for this is as follows. It's a 9-diamond top string. This one's a 6-hitch, but you can just use a regular 9-diamond tied to the top, to that first sidewall hole. Sorry for the black on black, but whatever. And you're going to tie the second, the first 10-diamond row to the second sidewall hole. You're going to skip anchor knot, skip knotted SI, skip knotted SI, skip knotted SI, knotted stacked SI. I'll get into why that needs to be a knotted stack in a moment. Tie 1, 1, 1, 1 while skipping a hole, and 1 skipping these last 3 sidewall holes and tying off in the throat with the throat string on that same 10-diamond row that you tied off on, and I just do a loop through. You can do what you want, but that's how I do it. What this gives you is a very baggy pocket, very much a boat. You use, I think, about 12 diamonds worth of mesh, so a couple diamonds more than typical field pockets use. The reason why this needs to be a knotted stacked SI is because depending on how much whip you like, I don't like to have a ton of whip in my block sticks, just because I want to be able to have the most consistency and smooth release as possible. So the reason why I don't have just a regular stacked SI there is because with a stacked SI, the shift in the pocket, so that shift to the catch point up top, is much more extreme, and then with the knotted stacked SI, it cuts the angle down because the knot is getting in the way of the mesh flexes. If you're a little confused about that, go to Mainly Mesh's channel, and he has a video about I think it's like string thickness, and he talks about like paracord versus string gang versus a bunch of stuff, and he talks about how the knotted stacked SI with a string changes the pocket dynamics. So this has a very smooth release when you're passing or doing like a quick stick or something, but then when you go to shoot, like really wind up, it does shift ever so slightly up under that shooter and gives you a little bit of a whippier release. Not super whippy, but a little bit more oomph. The other thing is that the one at the bottom where you skip these 3 sidewall holes, you could probably tie that off in there if that's what you prefer. I prefer to go through the throat hole because when you do that, it allows the ball to drop super low for one-handed cradling, or in those instances where you're bringing the ball down. So the pocket you get from this, again, is a very baggy mid pocket. Does everything you need to do on the floor and more, and it's great. I love it. As far as shooters go, I use 4 rolled shooters and then double stacked nylons in the top 10-diamond row. It gives you a super smooth release without a ton of whip and a good amount of hold. So definitely this is what I suggest. If you want some more, it's a very smooth release. Very similar to, like I've been told by a bunch of friends and teammates, and in my own experience, this throws very much like a traditional stick. Except with mesh. So if you want to change it to having a much more snappy release, instead of like feeling like the ball is floating out, which is what I prefer, you can change the shooters up, probably change them to weave shooters, and then have the nylons by themselves. But this is what I like to do. So again, this is an Under Armour Charge 2 U with a box pocket in it. I can give you some more box pockets. I have a lot of my heads have box pocket styles in them, and if you guys try them out and tweak them, let me know if you do. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below, and see you guys later.